What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about this interesting Batman Beyond game rumor. And let me just start off by saying this. Actually, we got to cover a few things. Number one, this rumor is a few days old. Number two, I want to thank Taladia Plays for sending it my way. And I also know that Degenerate J had made a video, I believe, today on it. So make sure you guys check out his video. I'm sure I don't want to watch it yet because I don't want to steal thoughts or anything, but I'm sure that he did a fantastic job on it. Okay, those things are all covered. But I do want to start this off by saying that we are basing this all on one specific person who kind of like put everything together, and his name is Lunatic Ignis. Now, if you know anything about me, you know anything about what I've talked about, you know anything about him, very unreliable, okay? And I want to start off by saying that just because we're waiting on a few things of his to become right or wrong. There's a lot of accusations that this guy steals from other people and that he's not kind of who he claims to be. So I just want to put that out there. I do not, as of now, trust this guy. So that's kind of, you see at the title, things like that. I want to believe this. I want this to be true. I'm going to assume, though, until proven otherwise, that this is fake, okay? But I do think it's interesting. I think it's something that they should look at doing, right? I think it's a good idea, okay? A good idea that would make them probably money and something I would like to see happen. But at the same time, I'm going to believe it's not happening until they say that it is happening, simply because of everything we just talked about. Okay, coming from comicbook.com. According to a new rumor, Batman Beyond is not being revived in the animated format, but will serve as the starting point for a new video game trilogy. Earlier this month, it was reported, obviously, a Batman game from Rocksteady. What this Batman game is going to be, the report does not mention, but it does know it's very far away. Adding to this report, a new rumor has surfaced online claiming that Rocksteady and WB are planning a new trilogy that will adapt Batman Beyond specifically. The rumor also suggests that PlayStation might have some exclusivity, yada, yada, yada. The new rumor specifically comes way from Lunatic Ignis. That's pretty much it. So, again, I mean, we kind of just broke everything down, I would say, right there. Is it a good idea? Yes. Does everything kind of line up? Yes. So that's another thing that you could just, if you want to believe it, there are reasons why it sounds realistic, right? From a more reliable person, we know that Rocksteady is doing a Batman game. We know that they're doing seemingly like a single-player type thing, right? So that's all from Schreier. I believe him. I think a lot of people, most people believe him. Okay, lockdown, right? So Rocksteady is going to be able to have, hopefully, a redemption story if they're able to do it. They're being given another chance. They're able to work on a single-player thing, no live service. They're doing a Batman game. What is that Batman game? Now, I covered that, Bloomberg article, and I had said pretty much the same thing. I wish he said what it was. Now, that could just be too much. Maybe he will say what it is in another year or two. As of now, he's good at that. He's good at separating things and kind of making you think or making you kind of wait on his next article. He says it. He says the type. He says it's Batman, but he doesn't say if it's remaking Arkham Asylum or if it's a new game, outside of what we know from the Arkhamverse, this or that. He doesn't say any of that stuff. Very clever of him. But that does open up, I will say this, though, that opens up the door to people that are less reliable to now insert themselves and say, oh, I know what it is. Oh, pick me. I know what this game is. And they'll say what the game is, even if it is or is not. So you could argue that they should do it. You could argue that Batman Beyond has been something that has kind of been there for the taking. In fact, remember being worked on and then canceled. I mean, it's almost as if they've already tried this before, have they not? They have an opportunity here to do something I think kind of cool, something that they probably should have done years ago. We'll see if they take it. I will say just one or two things, though. If I was Rocksteady, okay, and I'm not, okay, granted, but if I'm Rocksteady, I do not go into the next thing planning more than just the next thing. And I don't say that to be, I mean this. I don't say that to be mean. I don't say that to be pessimistic. I say that because of the past, and I say that because that's what's realistic, okay? You have failed. You failed to make Suicide Squad. I'm not going to pull punches. You failed. When you make this next game, this is do or die. If you do not do this right, I don't think you get another chance. Do not, and I'm telling you, do not make this game assuming you'll make more. And again, I'm not saying that as in you have to assume every day is your last. Not really. But you have to make the best game you can make. In fact, actually, let me just amend what I just said. I kind of am saying that. Not in a super negative, like your life is being threatened or your studio is being threatened. Make the best game you can make. Make the best game possible, and do not assume you will have another game to save you. In fact, is that not what they failed at more than almost anything else in Suicide Squad. They failed at making the full game a complete game. Instead, what did they do? They relied on the future seasons to make the game good. Is that not what happened? They wanted the seasons 1 through 50 to tell the rest of the story that should have probably not been done the way that it was. Learn from your mistakes. Do not do that again. The next game, I don't care if it's a remake. I don't care if it is this Batman Beyond game. I don't care what it is. You make that game probably assuming that you're not getting another chance, not in a super negative way. You just do it. You give us the best game possible. Because what kind of game would it be if the game ends on like a massive cliffhanger and it's not even a good game or it doesn't sell? You're not getting the chance to tell your part 2, okay? So that would just be my friendly advice, and somebody that wants these games to be good, wants Rocksteady back, wants to support them, wants to make videos. This is not coming from a place of hate, okay? This is coming from a place of I want them to do good stuff. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.